He'd miss it.
I have another video to watch.
I want to find another good one on this subreddit. Fight porn.
Here you go.
Oh boy.
I don't know what this even is. I watched. Oh man, so you want to click it really quickly, and then oh shit, is it just going to autoplay? Click open or God damn it.
Do I click open original on it?
Yeah, hang on. Don't. Yeah, click open original. That way you get like a
links
thing you can
are
actually
spoopy.
pause.
This link goes to GiftCat something. Are you
What
sure
is
you
the
wanna
link
go
called?
there?
I need to get
This
started.
is this a drunk person that they're trying to help? What is this?
Anyone know the link? Did he put it in there?
Yeah, he
Twice.
pasted it in there.
I'm looking through the list. Okay.
So you want to click the blue part, like the hyperlink.
What is the
thing.
context of this shit?
I don't know. I'm. That's why I've linked it, because I'm so confused.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Ready, set, play. Okay,
So
there's
it looks
a
like the
small
redhead
girl.
has knocked out the small girl, maybe?
No, I think the redhead is trying to hold her up.
Dude,
Oh,
bitch slaps
oh
the
no,
redhead.
no. Oh, so he. Oh, okay. So the redhead.
And he picks
knocked
up
her
the
out.
little girl like she's a doll.
Is it possible she's drunk?
Is it
And he's
possible she's not a
upset
human
with her.
being? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
The backstory I made up in my head is that he holds the redhead responsible for the drunkenness of the brunette.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, too.
Oh, that might be.
This is bizarre.
Because the
Oh,
redhead
he had to
doesn't
carry
seem
her.
to be
He's
someone
carrying
who's
her
in a
like
fight.
an animal.
I've carried my kids like that. They love it.
You also dislocated your daughter's arm.
I did not. My wife did that.
Oh, that's right. That's
Is he
right.
just like dropping her off at where she lives? He's like, you got one bird. Yeah, I think the redhead's trying to hold her up. I don't think he hit her.
Can I just say, these girls look like they'd be fun to party with.
Yeah, but this guy, it's weird. He's like both being chivalrous and horrific at the same time.
Yeah.
Dude, that little casual step over the passed out bitch and slap her is magnifique.
He slaps her
So funny.
it's like a sniper shot. It's pow, pow.
I mean, I can't really. I know the theme of this show and all, but I don't really find the funny.
Oh, then you're missing out, man.
You'll catch him.
Oh my god. I just think, and also like the danger, like she's passed out and he's like, let me just risk her breaking her neck.
Dude,
Like,
the thing
everything
that's worse,
about this is wrong.
What he does that's way worse than the little slap, which she sold the slap. Like he didn't wind up really big, but him grabbing her by the back of the head and like dragging her shins across the concrete, pretty much. Like that's the brutal part.
That's not even a good way to carry someone. I felt like that was punitive. You know, if he just wanted to move her, he'd have grabbed her by the belt like he did in the end.
Or you'd have picked her up
Absolutely
like
punitive.
you carry a woman, you know,
Yeah.
by her vagina.
Not just by her vagina. Can't you
You're-
bowl? You get your thumb in the back.
Yeah. For stability, you hold it like a six pack. You know?
The idea
Put
of
it
like
there.
you do like the sack carry. Like
Yeah.
if someone's passed out, you throw them over your shoulder.
Have you guys
Like-
ever had to do that for someone where you had to sack carry someone because they were so drunk or otherwise fucked
Oh
up?
my god, I had to do that at Lance Bass's house. This is a real story.
Lance
So-
Bass?
At Lance Bass from NSYNC.
Yeah.
So before, like, I had just started being a comic. I was invited to this party through like 4 people. It was like Lance Bass went to space camp. No exaggeration. Went to space camp with a girl who was best college friends with another girl who was dating my best friend. And so it just became this whole thing where we ended up at his New Year's
So
party.
you and Lance Bass are pretty tight.
Yeah, we're super tight, super tight. No, I mean, not in that way. And so we're at Lance Bass's house, and my buddy, who is 6'7", gets super drunk at his house because he was talking to this girl all night, and like they're grinding on the dance floor and everything. He thinks he's, getting with this girl, and then she randomly just brings up her boyfriend, and he's like,
Oh, the worst.
well, what was all this then? And so he goes over to the bartender and he goes, hey man, you see that girl I've been dancing with all night? And the bartender's like, yeah. And he goes, she's got a boyfriend. And the bartender goes, oh, hold on a second. And just pours him like a pint glass full of liquor and just hands it to him. And he's like, here you go, buddy. And so he gets wasted and he's fucking 6'7", and that is hard to handle. And I'm trying to get him not to fall in the pool. And at one point, like, I'm trying to get him to walk down the hill because like it's pretty difficult. Like Lance's house, I don't know if he still lives there, but he was like on the top of Mulholland Drive in LA, which is like there's like a fucking cliff.
Yeah,
And
I saw the movie.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to get him to not fall, and at one point he throws me off of him and just yells, "Don't control me!" and then face plants in the concrete. And so then I had to like pick up a 6'7" guy and drag him to a cab, and that was a very difficult thing to do.
That sounds shit. I've never had to deal with someone who's 6'7" who does that. Thankfully, the only time I had to do it, it was for one of my smaller friends who's probably like 5'8", 5'9" at the absolute most. Very skinny, also small guy. And this was back in, I think it was over some kind of break, our freshman year in college. And we were back in St. Louis, and we went to a buddy of ours, his house. And his house is like the backyard is like the little patio area, and then a giant hill down, like just grass, just straight down. So it's slick, and it had rained earlier that day. And my skinny buddy never drank. Like he drank, I think, twice in his life up to that point. And we're like, dude, we're going to get you fucked up tonight. We're going to have a great time. And so me and like 5 buddies head out to this party. And we get there, and I was sober driving that night. And so I couldn't have anything to drink. And we get down there. I keep like basically like vicariously drinking through my buddy who doesn't know how to drink. Where all the time I'm just like, hell yeah, dude! Like I can't take the shot, but you take mine, and that kind of shit. And after like shit you not, like 35 minutes at the party, like he is beyond blackout, like not making sense. Like we were playing pool at one point, and he was just like holding the cue, like leaning all over the place, like not even able to play. And so we have to leave pretty fucking early. So I grabbed my buddies that I came there with. It's like I had a Jeep at the time, and so I had myself, 3 buddies, and then the skinny guy. And we're all leaving, and as we're gonna leave, I'm helping my skinny buddy out the door. And he gives me the drunk guy shake of like, get off of me. I can walk myself. Immediately falls down the hill and rolls barrel roll style, like 30 yards down there. 30 yards doesn't sound like a lot. It's a lot on wet grass in tennis shoes, having to go down there. And so I go down there and I'm like, hey, you're good, buddy. You fucking got it. Like I'm giving like the pump up drunk speech where it's like, dude, you feel bad right now. You're going to be fine in an hour. You're going to be, he was not going to be fine in an hour. You'll be fine in an hour. Just come on, stand up. Let's get up there. Let's go. I'll stop and we'll get food on the way home. And he just is like, and so I was like, okay, fuck. And so I picked him up potato sack style, and I carried him up there. It took me probably 10, 12 minutes to get up there, because I would get up and then I would feel like with both my legs totally still, like the traction give out, and I just would slide back like 5 feet, trying not to fall with this fucker on my shoulder. I eventually get him back up to my car. We can throw everybody in the back, and immediately my other buddy who's sitting next to him in the middle goes, dude, you better not fucking vomit on me. You better not fucking vomit on me. And I'm like, dude, honestly, please don't throw up in my car. He's not nonsensical. We get like 2 miles down the road, there's a CVS, and maybe 200 yards before we get to the CVS, I hear a in my back seat, and then like there's a 2-second delay, and my other buddy who was still drunk but not that fucked up goes, oh, fucking gross, dude. Fucking gross. What the fuck is it? He's screaming at this guy. And then I pull into the CVS so I can get shit to clean it up. And me and the 2 other most sober guys, who wasn't the yeller or the vomiter, get up and start going inside. And the guy who got vomited on was so frustrated, he pushed the drunk guy into the door. But I was already out of the car. And so I was going to open it up to give him some air. I open up the door, and he falls headfirst into the concrete in a CVS parking lot. There's a guy walking in. It's 2 a.m. I don't know what the fuck he was getting. And he just like, rough night. And I was like, you piece of shit. So I went in, spent like $40.
Yeah, like you had to comment on that?
He had he had blood on his head.
Jesus.
Because he hit the concrete so hard. I didn't know he was going to fall out. I thought he was on like the middle of the car, but no, he fell right out. And I don't think he drank again for like a year after that. So we really ruined it. He's never going to be an alcoholic. So there's that.
So,
thank God for small miracles. The
story is that you saved this guy.
Well, it was more the
funny journey.
If anything, I harmed him by trying to get him to drink too much at the party. I was trying for him to get him to have a really, really fun time because he was a buddy of mine from high school, had to move away in like freshman year and live in this tiny little town because his dad was a pastor. And so like when he finally was back and we were all hanging out, it was like, fuck yeah, let's get shithoused. So anybody have a story like that? Yeah.
A friend of mine, so the movie Coyote Ugly was actually based on this bar called Hogs and Heifers. It was not based on Coyote Ugly. And it's this crazy country bar in New York City. And a buddy of mine was this like country DJ. Like this was in college. And so he loved this bar. He would just swear by it because he's like, yeah, girls take their bras off. It's the best. So we went there and he was getting me pretty drunk, but he was way drunker than I was. Mm-hmm. And we take a cab back. We're both pretty drunk. I managed to I'm drunk enough that I just go to sleep on the couch downstairs. We were in a brownstone in a fraternity house, but that's the fraternity houses in New York, brownstones. And so he stumbles up to his room and gets completely naked and goes to bed, except the floors are kind of all the same. So it was
not in his bed. Yeah.
It was the bed of another guy and his girlfriend. So they were just sleeping together quietly at 2, 3 in the morning. And then this other guy gets completely naked and gets into bed with them. And boy, did the other guy have some explaining to do. He just shoved him out of bed with one hand. And then he tried to get him out of there, but he was naked. And you don't want to carry around a naked guy. And so he left him on the floor and just threw a blanket over him and went back to sleep.
That was nice of him to throw a blanket on him.
Well, it was more.
Actually, that was probably for his own. Yeah, it was for his own.
Yeah, yeah. He was like, my girlfriend's right here. Let's cover this guy up. This is more of that.
I'm trying to.
That guy's got a wife and kids now. That's the weirdest part about all these stories. You're just and that guy's a doctor.
Yeah,
it all.
And that guy, he's actually a normal dude, pays his taxes now. And then the more of those stories that pop up, it's maybe everybody was kind of like this.
Yeah,
you're kind of a retard, in your 20s, and eventually most people grow out of it. A lot of retards in their 30s, though, so everybody doesn't.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm almost 30 and I'm retarded. So that's a strong counterpoint.